Ah,
You want to know my honest opinion of who I honestly think will win the division? Of course,
uh,
I'm rooting for my Commanders, but I truly think that the Eagles are going to win the division this year. That's my prediction, and the reason that's my prediction is because on paper, I just feel like they are the most well-rounded team, and it just what they did the last two off seasons is what I try to do in Madden. I don't I don't have a left outside linebacker and then go into free agency and get another one, or go to the draft and get another one. I go to my weaker positions and try to put someone there, not even a superstar, just someone serviceable. And I felt like that's what they've been doing. Like even with the Fletcher Cox, I keep always mentioning that move because them letting him hit waivers and come back and then signing him for cheaper, I feel like was one of the dumbest moves for everybody else in the NFC East. Somebody else should have signed him just so you don't gotta face him because now they get a supreme run stopper back for cheap. Their pass rush is decent. Their secondary is decent. Their offensive line is decent. Their receiving core on paper now should be decent.
mhm.
Their quarterback last year gave them decent play. Like I feel like they're the most overall well-rounded team. So that's why I would pick to run with the East this year.
I, f-
Unfortunately, I hate
I feel
saying
that. Now I feel the same exact way with basically off the draft that they had. Excellent draft with the capital that they have, the moves that they made, and like I said, the off season that they made, off season moves that they made. Like I said, they keep making moves. Like they trying to go for it, and on top of that, they keeping the flexibility just in case to
it.
make moves. Otherwise, if it don't pan out, um, like I said, they don't really have a flaw when you on paper when you break down their positions.
Mhm.
Um, everything should pan out. Like I say, health wise, I definitely believe that they should definitely. I think they definitely win the division. I mean, it's just that simple.
They should.
You
I
know,
hope they
they
don't.
they seen at the time when they would start making moves, they seen that the NFC was kind of wide open. Like I said,
Right.
I understand that the Rams are still the Rams, and the Rams gonna ram. Um, Packers, I believe they took a step back, but other than that, at the time, like I said, Brady wasn't back yet, so you didn't know what the Bucks was going to do. It's like you seen that the NFC was wide open, so let's make some moves and go for it. And I believe that they did. Like I said, the draft that they had was incredible. Like the free agency they had was incredible. Getting AJ Brown was magnificent. I believe it's going to solidify and settle all the receivers down in their rightful position at this point,
Yep.
and I think it's going to elevate Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is going to just he may not become that elite quarterback that everybody wants, but I believe that he will be
Be Brad
serviceable.
Johnson. All he
He don't
has to
got
do is
Yeah,
be
he don't
Brad
gotta be elite.
yeah, I believe he would be serviceable. I believe he would get the job done in the regular season. In the playoff will be another story. But like I said, we only talk about the regular season right now to get who's going to win the NFC East. I just believe it's them.
Johnson. Did
I'm
it
gonna
hurt you?
go with
It hurt you to say that, Hill? Because it
No,
hurt.
I've been saying
It
that
hurt me, bro. I'm sorry.
it didn't hurt me because I still believe my team is going to make the playoffs. So
It hurt me because I don't like how much progress they're making in such a short time. Because
hmm
last year I had them being in last place preseason. Like I ain't not once they started, I was like,
yeah,
oh, no. But
yeah.
last year preseason, I'm like, yo, like I had them in last place. So it's like I feel like they're making crazy progress in a short amount of time, and that's what I be wanting for my organization. So it's like it's to me, I don't like seeing progress from my rivals.
yeah. I feel you. Uh, for
Um,
for me, I'm
yeah.
gonna
Go
go
ahead,
ahead
CJ.
and I'm gonna pick the New York football. So no, I'm it's a clean sweep. I
hmm
think it's gonna be the Eagles as well. But the reason why I think it's gonna be Eagles, like you said, um, they're a complete team, but also them being a complete team with Jalen Hurts' ability to run, he doesn't have to go out and throw for 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. He doesn't have to do that. And I see Eric. I think Eric is talking about the Eagles when he said that they still need a run game.
They do
When
got one.
when you like, if he may not be talking about the Eagles, but when I see them, they with those running quarterbacks, you have to. include that, and it makes the run game a lot easier. And having AJ Brown, who can kind of do things on all levels of the field, is really going to open up a lot of things with that offense. And
Drafted a running back too.
yeah, their defense is still going to be pretty solid. So I think it's going to be a tight race between the Eagles and the Cowboys, and I think the Eagles are going to win it. And with the NFC being so weak, I think a wild card spot comes out of the NFC East, and I think that'll go to the Cowboys.
So so let's talk about how we feel about the Giants. So what do we feel about the Giants?
I kind of like the Giants of being like a sneaky team. I think they're in that 7.
Definitely can be sneaky.
They're in that 7-win category because
can be sneaky.
If Dabo is who we think he is, I think he can elevate that offense, and I think it'll be better than what Jason Garrett and those dudes was doing, and Judge Joe Brown was doing over there. You know what I mean? So I think there could be an elevation in that team, in that aspect. And there are some things that there is to like about it. I don't hate the defense.
Why not?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I know it's not the best, but I'm saying, like, I don't hate it. And I think offensively they'll be able to do some things, especially I think they'll try and utilize Daniel Jones' legs. And I think, with him being, kind of coming into that lane, like, this is his career that's on the line right now.
He got to make his bread this year.
Yeah, he's got to make his bread this year. And I'm not saying it's going to be with the Giants, but if he just shows something serviceable, he can get another contract somewhere. So I think he will kind of do something and show us something. And like I said, I don't think it's going to look terrible. I think it's going to look like there's some improvement after Judge Joe Brown has left.
I mean, they're coming back with a better wide receiver core. So Daniel Jones, to your point, should look a little bit better. But I still don't have that much faith in them. They are a better team returning than they were last year, but I feel like every team in the division got a little bit better than they were last year. So I just feel like Washington got better than they were last year. Eagles, you just talked about how they got better. I feel like y'all got better too. Y'all just had a solid draft. I mean, y'all lost Cooper, but it's like I still feel like overall y'all got everything that y'all need. I don't feel like y'all got worse.
We got purposely worse. We'll talk about the Giants right now.
I'm gonna watch a duo and see what you said.
We thank you. I appreciate it. But about the Giants, I believe that they're going to be competitively trash. Like, one of those teams that's going to be, gotta be,
games, but can't win them.
Yeah, going to be in the games. It's going to be heartbreaking losses every time. They're going to be in, like I said, going to be in the games. They end up losing by a field goal or losing late or just finding ways to lose because the holes that they have on this team are just not. They're not good enough to overcome these holes.
Right.
I get it. I do believe in Dayball. I do believe in Wink Martindale. I do believe in the position that they have. I mean, the foundation that they had, like the draft that they had, the foundation, the pieces that they got, the improvements that they tried to make. I know they tried to clean up the cap. I know what they're trying to do. I think they're on the way to being a positive, impact on this team. Just this year is not going to be the year. I just can't see it. It's just a rebuilding year, and I hope that Daniel Jones shows something. That's my hope for I hope he shows something so they can keep him.
And he'd be expensive.
I feel like even if he does show something, I feel like they're gonna move on. Like I feel like they'll get another deal, but maybe for another team that's willing to try. But I feel like if he gotta have serious leaps and bounds for them to bring him back.
Hey, that's also fine with me too. Cool. You going to go get another quarterback is a crapshoot.
Start from the beginning.
It's a crapshoot. Like I said, it don't always work, and then sometimes you may have to trade up and give up some capital and all that. Hey, it is what it is. I'm good. I ain't worried about the Giants, but I do understand what they got going on. Let's talk about the Commanders. You said they improve. I do believe that. I do believe that y'all. If I'm going to speak objective about it, I do believe that y'all made some improvements on y'all team. A lot of y'all issues last year was schematic when it came to the defense before the injuries hit. Offensively, once again, it was more so injuries when it came to other positions. Um, Quarterback, I just don't believe in Wentz at all. I do believe that he is a better quarterback than what y'all had. So y'all may obviously off that alone, y'all
Yes.
should improve. But Wentz is going to be Wentz. Like like I said, I know as a wise man told me this. How many times somebody got to lie to you
So here's the thing
before you
about
become a liar? Like,
and that's why I sent you that text that I sent y'all. So we have the strongest quarterback room that we've had in 20 years. So it's like, Wentz, you have the shortest leash that you've ever had in your career. We have a quarterback that we drafted who we believe in, and Sam Howell. We have a quarterback that we picked up off the street that we made into a commander that we believe in. So if you get to Winston, you're going to be done, bro. So it's like, and here's the thing. I have faith in Tyler Heineke can come in there and run the offense legitimately. You feel me? If he got people that are healthy and are there and doing their jobs, he can run the offense. Sam got talent. I had him ranked number 3 as a quarterback on my draft prospect list. So it's like, I got faith in him. Can he do it this year? No, but I feel like the quarterback room is competent enough to where once you don't have no room to be capping. This ain't like the teams where you've been on where ain't nobody in the wing. There's people in the wing. Taylor Heineke got a chip on his shoulder. He's waiting for you to slip. You see what I'm saying? He felt like I bridged the gap on this team when nobody gave me a chance. You feel me? I gave us the real hope. So he feel like, listen, if you give me a crack, I'm taking what's mine anyway. You only really getting the freebie shot once because of your price tag. So it's like, you got to know that this is your last opportunity. But regardless of that, I just like we ain't made too many moves, but we did, retain players, and make a little bit of addition. So it's like we didn't get worse. So it's like, all right, if we're gonna be healthy this year, we got a better overall receiving core, we got a better quarterback room, and the receiving core was one of our weakest. Like, everybody think it was a defense, but no, it was really the defense was just on the field so much from so many 3 and out. So now if the quarterback room is going to be better and the receiving core is going to be better because we had the running game, then that should help everything in the offense to just flow better. So Wentz, you can disappoint if you want. Be my guest. I've never been sold on Wentz. I've never said I've been, but he do got the physical tools to be a good quarterback. So he could spin it. His decision making is his issue. He holds it too long. He'll try to make a play when there's no play there. Those things are coachable. So it's like, they are. You just got to have a coach. We've seen people tailor stuff in and get better late in their careers. Rich Gannon was one. Like, Rich Gannon was not elite his career until he got with the Raiders at the end. Everybody talks about Elway. Elway didn't win a Super Bowl until he was in 38 years old. So it's like, I watched a lot of these people that we're saying Hall of Famers struggle most of their careers, but because there was no internet and social media and a lot of people are just new fans, they forget about all of that. Like, so it's like, he's still young quarterback. You feel me? We're writing him off, but he's still a young quarterback.
When it comes to my team, I think when I told you that we purposely got worse, we did. We banking on a lot of young guys to step up and contribute early on and be key contributors. Like, that's a gamble, bro. Like,
He didn't win. I said he didn't win. I never said he wasn't nice, but Elway was a losing quarterback. Check the stats, bro. I mean, check the stats. Challenge me. He was a losing quarterback and could not get it done, bro, until he was 37, 38 years old. I was an Elway fan, so I know that. Not bad here.
Oh no, I'm like, get it off. I ain't mad at you. But like I said, I do believe that I think the schedule. I think schedule wise, we should be able to win at least 10, 11 games, possibly 12. Possibly could have the same exact record that we had last year. But like I said, we purposely got worse. Like I said, getting rid of Amari, getting rid of Lyle Collins, losing Randy Gregory. On these are all moves that you
I think y'all
could
really
retain. Like
the
now,
Gregory move, that's gonna hurt. I was talking to my barber about that. He a Commanders fan, and he was like, "Yo, like Gregory was a problem, bro, especially in the Washington Cowboy games."
yeah, but like I said, we only got one full season out of Randy, and that season wasn't still he was still injured. He was missing games. He wasn't unavailable. It's like we only really got one season out of Randy out of all these years that we had him. So, I mean, the upside was still there because, like I said, he hasn't played a lot of football. I understand that, but I mean, what's done is done. He's gone. We did replace him with somebody that had that equal production that he had the same last year, that was on the team last year. I mean, I'm not worried about the defense at all. I believe the defense will be better. I know the turnovers are a finicky stat. Hard to duplicate that, but I do believe that they will be better overall. They may not have the same turnover ratio that they had last year, but I think that majority of the starters are back. They know the scheme. They know Dan Quinn knows how to utilize his players. I have no worries about the defense at all. A fully healthy Dak definitely going to go. We don't have to worry about. I have nothing to worry about that. I think we're going to be decent. We said we're going to be good. We're going to be fairly effective. I just feel that the Eagles are just a better team and they can win the division. But like I said, I do believe that we're gonna still make the playoffs. But it is, I mean, it is what it is. Like I'm not excited about my team, and I'm not going to be excited until they show me something in the playoffs. So it is what it is. So I'm going to let you know right now, Kenny. Don't ask me in the middle of the year how I feel. How should I feel about the Cowboys? Should I be happy? Should I get excited? Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not gonna get excited until they show me something in the playoffs.
All right.
That goes to you and everybody else. But I'm talking to you directly because you normally do ask me that in the middle of the year. Like,
And so look, and this is Reef said he's been to 3 Super Bowl. This is my point, Reef. If this was today's time and we had a quarterback go to multiple Super Bowls, never win, we would not be praising him. He would be getting torn apart, saying that he's the guy that can't get it done. But it's like during those times, we praise those guys. We praise them just for getting there. So it's like times have changed. So it's like my point was that Winston's still a young QB. He's young enough that you can't write him off yet. When John Elway changed the fate of his whole career in his late 30s. Rich Gannon changed, and you said you laugh because I compare, but Rich Gannon was considered a bum, bro, just a journeyman quarterback until he got with the Raiders, until he just started throwing mad completions in a row with Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. And that's what really rejuvenated his career, was playing with elite wide receivers. Honestly, he had never played with those type of guys. So it's like everything got to align in people's careers sometimes for things to come to fruition. Like even talking about Daniel Jones, like Daniel Jones, I'm not going to sit up here and say he's the worst QB of all time. He got some talent, but he also ain't had the greatest setup. So it's like if Daniel Jones would have went somewhere else to a different team, a different coach with a better core, maybe he has a whole different career. We'll never know. But it's like where you go and where you end up and who you're around and play your career with, all of that matters.
So we're we just talked about Carson Wentz and getting better. So now that he is a Commander, is this the best collection of wide receivers that he's played with in his career?
I don't know.
yeah, yes,
But
yes.
I agree.
I was gonna say I don't know if I can say that because we only have one proven wide receiver.
And he's the best wide
He
receiver that
I
he's
think
had.
it might be the single-handed, but is it the best collection of wide receivers that he's had all across the board? So it's like, yeah, he might have the one single best wide receiver, but I don't know if this is his best core. But I get your point though. Terry's definitely his best receiver that he's ever had.
And it's definitely the best quarterback he done had. And we just seen the production that he's had in his career. Like I said, I would feel I wouldn't feel excited because it still went, but I do understand if I'm a Washington fan, if I was going to be optimistic about my team,
Deep
I would
ball.
understand.
He's carved us up before. Like I've been on the other side of being carved up and done in by Carson Wentz. So it's like I get like it's funny because he's with the Commanders, but it's like everybody like he's carved up several teams up in this league and several defenses. Like he ain't a bum. Like you're gonna be on the field soon, and people gonna people gonna be saying like, oh, they're gonna be acting like they knew. So it's like, I'm not saying he's gonna have a great season, but if he starts to ball out, people gonna be saying like, I said he was gonna do good in Washington. It's like, no, you didn't, bro. No, you didn't.
And I'm sorry, Reef. Alshon was not legit those years that he was with Carson. To be quite honest, he was he was yeah. I think the year they went to Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, he had like a 40% catch percentage. He was a good possession receiver, and he made timely plays, but he wasn't legit. Let's go ahead. Like he wasn't like the moment Alshon left the Bears, he was no longer the Alshon that you're probably remembering. So I'm not sleeping.
He did just too many of them go up and get it balls, man. Took it out of his career. Pause. But just when your quarterback just throws it up like that, it just sets you up as a wide receiver. I feel like that's what happened to Calvin Johnson a lot, man.
Because that boy was getting set up.
Set up, man.
Yeah. But I felt that we did a good job. I know we 2 out of the 4 teams we represent, and I feel that we were being objective. We wasn't homers. We wasn't feel real good about that, because I truly believe, I've been saying it all off season. Every move that the Eagles been making, I've been saying that they're going to win a division. Like I said, I'm not trying to cap. I'm not trying to
cap either.
I'm not trying to Jedi mind trick. Not trying to downplay my team. I'm just saying it. Like I said, I've been saying it.
I would come out here and say the Eagles if I didn't.
As much as they annoy us in this damn group, but I ain't trying to,
I would rather come out here and say Commanders, but it's like I gotta be realistic.
It's okay.